Hi, it's Dave T here, and just over 2.5 years ago I made this review video of the Logitech MK850 keyboard combo and explained why I found it lacking as a device to control 2 or more keyboards with a single keyboard and mouse. The specific problem I was trying to solve was that in my home office I have 2 computers, a high-spec tower for video editing and a laptop for development work. I had a large monitor which is connected to both computers, and my aim was to reduce desktop clutter by having just a single keyboard and mouse. I've linked the previous review above, but in brief the main issues I had with the MK850 were that the swapping process was not as neat as it could have been, and also I didn't personally like the feel of either the keyboard or the mouse. So basically, to get the switching functionality, which wasn't great, I had to use a keyboard that I would have otherwise not chosen. After returning the MK850, my second solution to the issue was a simple USB switch from Ugreen, purchased from Amazon for about £25. This connected to both the laptop and the desktop via a single USB lead to each, and then provided 4 shared USB ports to which I connected a Corsair RGB keyboard, initially a wireless Logitech mouse, which was then upgraded to a Corsair Simpson Macro mouse, and I also subsequently connected the USB dongle for a Corsair wireless headset. So the advantages of the USB switch over the MK850 were that it was a lower cost if used with existing keyboards, and also it provided a wider choice of devices, and it allowed me to control other devices such as a USB headset in my example. Now the downsides of this configuration were that I did find occasional issues when turning either of the computers on. I found that if the switch was pointing at the other computer, such as the desktop, then when I turned the laptop on, the laptop would sometimes not recognise the keyboard without unplugging the keyboard or restarting the laptop. Now this did not happen often and may be an issue with either my computers or perhaps even the Corsair keyboard, but it was annoying nonetheless. The other minor annoyance with the Ugreen switch is that the USB port layout with the 2 inputs at the back and the 4 outputs at the front meant that when placed with the switch in easy reach, I had potentially 4 USB cables pointing out onto my usable desk space. I'd much prefer it if all of the USB ports were at the back of the device, which is far more likely to provide a tidier cable management for most people. The other downside was that I still had to switch over the screen, which became more of a hassle when I changed my monitor because the new one required an awkward menu selection using the screen's micro joystick instead of buttons to control the switch inputs. Which is where we come to the third and for now at least final solution, which was to use this low-cost KVM switch, which I purchased from Amazon for about £45. Now KVM switches have been around for many years but have normally been quite expensive. More recently, several low-cost KVM switches have come onto the market, so I decided to give this one a try. A nice feature of this switch is that it has a remote switch module, keeping the main unit and cables out of the way for a tidier desk space. The control switch has a 4-foot long fly lead, meaning that it can be placed conveniently regardless of where the actual unit is located. The switch connects to up to 4 computers via special HDMI cables which have both an HDMI and USB connector at the computer end, but just an HDMI plug that connects to the switch itself. The KVM switch has the advantage of being able to swap both the USB ports and monitor simultaneously, making it a simple one-press operation to change devices. Also, the remote switch gets over the front cable ports issue of the Ugreen, making it much tidier in my particular configuration. Is it perfect? Well, not quite. Firstly, my Corsair wireless headset did not work well when plugged into the switch directly, but it does seem to work when plugged into the keyboard's USB port going via the switch still. So I suspect it may be just an RF interference issue of having the headset dongle so close to the switch. I've also noticed that the screen and keyboard black out occasionally for a fraction of a second. Now this is very annoying when it occurs, but it has never actually caused any data loss. It happens quite infrequently, maybe once every couple of weeks, and most importantly, I suspect it's actually an issue with the HP laptop which is running through a USB-C docking station, because it never happens with the tower. But I thought I'd mention this just for full disclosure. So there you have it, 3 solutions for controlling 2 or more computers with the same keyboard, mouse and monitor. With people working from home more than ever right now, finding just one place to work comfortably and safely is hard enough. So hopefully these options will help people to combine their home and work setup. From my perspective, the USB switch and KVM are definitely better than options since they both offer far more functionality at potentially lower cost than the Logitech. They are also far more flexible in terms of the choice of input devices that you choose to use, and also allow you to connect other devices as well. I hope you found this video useful, and if you have, then please hit that like button, and if you're interested in seeing other videos that I make, then please consider subscribing to my channel. But most of all, thanks for watching.